What up, B Squad? It's me, JB, and I am here today with a brand new review for Baddies USA. This is season number 8, episode 3, I believe this is. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct it. This episode was titled The Executive Branch. Now, before I get into it, if you're watching this video or any other on the channel and you're not subscribed yet, I need you to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us discuss Baddies Africa USA, shall we? All right, so this episode was a very interesting episode to say the least. Like, I was so confused watching this episode for multiple reasons. So, yeah, if you watched the episode, definitely let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section or in the live chat. So, let me go ahead and get to my notes. So, this episode, it really picks up where the last one ended, and that was with the fight with Dolly and Tinkerbella. Now, I got to be 100% honest. I might not be the biggest Dolly fan, but what I can say is Dolly was 100% giving it to Tinkerbella. Like she was minking her. Now, I will also say in Tinkerbella, she did something to Dolly's face because Dolly had a scratch on her nose and it was bleeding. So they was knocking each other upside the head. But at the end of it, if I had when I say who won that fight, in my personal opinion, I'm gonna say that Dolly took that W from Tinkerbella, and Tinker took that L from Dolly, and that's just my little 2 cents. But if you feel otherwise, feel free to leave it, be respectful. But yeah, I really feel like Tinker got that one. She got beat up. She got her ass beat up. So then after that, we see as Scotty, Cold Killer, Fauna, and Tavi, whatever her name is, as they made it to the house in DC. The house is nice. I will agree with the girls. The budget has really gone up for Baddies, and I'm here for it because I remember watching Baddies Midwest, and some of them houses on Midwest were not given what they needed to give, but they given now, right? So then Cold Killer, she bet she dared Tavi Baby, whatever her name is, to jump in the pool and she would get for $500. I was like, girl, you must be really hard up for cash that you would really just go jump in the pool. And even Scotty was like, girl, you really did that? Like, girl, you stupid. I ain't gonna call it stupid, but I'm like, are you that hard up for cash? But hey, it is what it is, right? So then we see as the other girls, they finally made it to the house, right? So it's the sprinter van with Dolly, you know, Tinka, Rolly, Summer, Lex, whoever else is on there, Suki and all of them. So they finally get there, right? So when they get off the bus, immediately Tinka wants to go another round with Dolly. And I was like, damn, girl, you really want to go another round? She said, yes, she does. I said, okay, go your round. Now, the second round, this second round with Dolly and Tinka. Once again, I still got to give it to Dolly because I think was working. Dolly was working the hell out of Tinka's face. I got to give it to Tinka. So not Tinka, but Dolly. So Dolly wants to go, not Dolly, but Tinka wants to go another round with Dolly. I was like, the reason why you keep wanting to go another round with her is you feel like she beating you up. So they fight another round. Now the second round, it was hard to call for me. Like it looked like Dolly was, hitting her. Well, she was hitting her, but I couldn't really call it because Tinka was uppercutting her too. Tinka was uppercutting her. So then they went the third round. I was like, why are y'all fighting again? So in this third round, Summer hops in the fight. And even I think it was Dolly who was screaming, like, Summer, you got my titty. You got my titty. It was either Tinka or Dolly, but one of them was screaming that Summer had her titty. And then Lex is even telling Summer, like, Summer, stop, like, stop. And so they did that, right? So then Natalie is talking to the girls and she's trying to let them know what's going on, right? She said, this season she may walk off, she may not be around as much. There may be times where she, walks off, but she's not necessarily leaving because of them and all this kind of stuff, right? And she's like, because it's just a lot that's going on. And now, me personally, I don't know what was going on with Natalie. I don't 100% care what was going on with Natalie because Natalie is an interesting person when you look at her and think about the things that she says and does, right? So, because if you guys were on social media this past weekend, you would see that Natalie pulled up on Big Lyrica and Little Lyrica from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood and was doing the most, right? So then Natalie is telling child, I say Lyrica. Natalie is telling the girls about what happened when she met up with the BGC girls and how she wanted to give them all their chains, but they were all screaming at and doing this and this and that. I was like, maybe my memory is fuzzy because I don't remember the first episode 100%. But from my recollection, those girls weren't screaming, Natalie. Like you lying on them girls because you weren't like they came in and you were like, oh no, no hugging and all that kind of stuff. And then when Tanisha got there, you pieced out. So maybe my memory is fuzzy as fuck. I don't know, but that's not how I remember things happening with the BGC girls. Now, did the BGC girls do a lot of screaming? Yes, they did a lot of screaming once Bree fought Lauren, but you weren't there for that. Like you had dipped out, so you don't rewrote what happened with the BGC girls, and I wasn't really here for it. But it is what it is, right? So then, I think she also said that the girls won't really stay in that house. I'm like, then what's the purpose of having this house? She also told them that this season with the tour, and I'm using air quotes, with the tour, they're going to be picking out a set list and they're going to be doing rehearsals and all this kind of stuff. And they're like, what songs are we going to do? She's like, we'll figure that out once we get to it. I was like, how? How are we going to figure out some songs once you get there? But okay, whatever, Natalie. Whatever. But she did say that the BGC girls are still there and that they won't leave. Oh, Natalie, you are such a pain in the ass. Like, those are supposed to be your sisters. But okay, Natalie, if you like it, then I love it. I honestly really don't. But hey, I ain't got much else to say about it, right? So then we move on. So I know what the issue is with Cold Killer and with Tinkerbella, but in my personal opinion, I just think it's really a stupid issue to have. So Cold Killer decides that she wants to address Tinkerbella once again about this song. Once again, y'all did a y'all covered another song. So I'm just so confused. Again, I know what they're arguing about with the song, but the whole argument is stupid. Y'all don't know each other. I don't know who got more views on their song, if it's Cold Killer or if it's Tinkerbella. I don't know, and I don't really care. I just want this situation with these two to end, to be done, and so we can just move on. Because I'm really tired of it. I'm tired of seeing Tinkerbella and Cold Killer fight each other. Like it's stupid at this point, right? It's really dumb. So then we see as the other girls arrive. So that is Tasiki, Mariah Lynn, Anna, and Biggie, right? So when when they came out, Summer booed them, and it's mighty funny to me when it comes to Summer. It's like you can boo those girls, you can talk shit to Anna and Mariah Lynn, but when it comes down to Tasiki, you ain't really trying to run it with her. You ain't got shit to say to her. It's get away from me, you weird ass bitch. Get away from me, you hoe. Get away from me, you R word. Like you tell her to get away from you and you say you ain't scared of her and all this kind of stuff, but every time she comes towards you, you back the fuck back. That seems like you scared of that girl. Or let me not say you're scared of her, Summer. You don't want to fuck with her because you don't want her to hit you and knock your fucking teeth out, knock your block off, right? So you pick and choose. I've always known there was Summer Summer picks and chooses, right? So in the mix of Summer talking shit, because I don't know if she was talking shit to Mariah. Well, she was talking to Mariah Lynn at one point, and then she was talking shit to Honor, right? So Tasiki just came up and slapped the shit out of her ass. I was like, God damn. So now, if anybody knows the issues with um Dolly and Anna, please explain that shit to me because I couldn't understand what they were talking about. Because Summer's loud ass wouldn't shut the fuck up. Even Dolly at one point was like, Summer, shut up. And it's so interesting that her friends in this episode are telling her to shut up. And every time they tell her to shut up, she say, nah, fuck that. Fuck. She don't want to listen to them. Because Lex at one point even said, Summer does this when she gets drunk. Honestly, at this point, I can't wait to see Lex and Summer fight. Because the way that Summer was talking to Lex, if it was any of them other girls that have come at Lex over the last few seasons, Lex would have fought them. But because it was Summer and Summer is her friend, she didn't go off on Summer. She didn't try to hit Summer, none of this stuff. And for that, I can actually say, Lex, I do have respect for you in that particular moment. I actually have respect for Dolly and Lex, right? Because every time Summer tried to jump into something, they told Summer to stop and to shut up. But she didn't want to listen to them, right? And I have respect for them for that. I really do. I even have respect for Lex in the fact that when Tasiki was coming towards Summer, Lex would just get in between her so that way she couldn't really touch her. So I got some respect for you for that one, Lex, right? So Tasiki, like I said, she slapped the shit out the girl more than once. So this is another situation where Lex is just really trying to calm Summer down, and it's like at this point, girl, you can't calm that thing down. And I was like, me personally, I wanted Lex to just say fuck it, because I'm telling you to shut up. I'm telling you to stay out of stuff. I'm telling you this for your own good, but you want to tell me fuck you and no, then shit, I'm gonna let the bitch hit you. Period, point blank. Let the hoe hit you in your face, and that's all I would. That's how I would be if I were Lex, right? So then, out of nowhere, Cold Killer goes up and swings and hits Tinka. That shit was funny to me. I'm sorry, but that shit was hilarious to me. So then we get this. I mean, Tinka took her wig off. Um, Cold Killer's wig is off, right? So at this point, Cold Killer and Tinka, they squaring up with each other, right? And they going in a circle. They going in a circle, squaring up, and neither one of them is swinging. They just squaring up. They squared up for about, from what I could count, it looked like about 10 minutes of them just squaring up. Everybody like, y'all bitches gonna fight? Like, are y'all gonna fight? Like, do something, swing, punch. But they squared up for about a good 10 minutes, and then it was so hilarious to me that the girl Sapphire and Suki, they said, "Girl, let's do the dance. Let's do this Tink and Cold Killer dance." So they started doing a square off dance. I said, "This shit is hilarious." That was funny. Like they kept squaring up. They kept squaring up, and they were dancing, and they were backing up. At one point, Cold Killer even she tripped and fell, and thought was mighty funny that Lex said she stepped in and stopped Tinka from just wailing on Cole Killer. I was like, mm, really? That's interesting. So, Lex, do you like Cole Killer at this point? Because that's what it's given, that you like Cole Killer. Cole Killer Ho. Like, that's what it's given, that you like Cole Killer. And if you do, it is what it is. So, eventually, they did get to fighting with each other. And Tinka, you ain't having the best time with Cole Killer. I think if you weren't pregnant last season and you went in Baddies Africa, you probably would have beat Cole Killer's ass. But at this particular moment, you ain't really wearing Cole Killer's ass out. Like Cole Killer is hanging with her. Now, Cole Killer's hair did get snatched out. I was like, oh shit, she yanked the shit out. Like it was one little braid that was hanging. And I was like, oh girl. Mm, 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 mm. So they got that round out. So Summer at this point is still talking shit. And Tasiki is still running up on her. So Tasiki, she slaps her, she punches her a few times, and Summer is windmilling. I was like, Summer, the windmilling, and I don't know if it's gonna really help you with Tasiki. Because I mean, she's still throwing jabs at you, and you just steady windmilling, right? So then this is where the scene for me took a weird ass turn. So Krishan, her friend Marsh, and that DJ Sky girl, they finally get to the house, right? And again, when I say things are weird here, things got very weird because they came down. Now, Summer, you should have shut the fuck up and minded your business because they were telling you to shut the fuck up, but you don't want to listen to nobody and what they're telling you. So she's still calling Tasiki a weird ass bitch. She's still talking shit about her. She's still calling her out her name. And she even told Krishan, like, whoop that hoe ass. Like, whoop that hoe. Girl, that is her sister. that that is her sister at the end of the day. Like, you are a weirdo, Summer. Like, I can't with Summer. Even it got to the point, like, everybody's telling her, Summer, shut up. Natalie says, shut up. Rolly had to say, shut up. Like, everybody is telling Summer to shut up. But Summer wants to keep running her mouth. I'm like, if you don't keep running your mouth, then go down there and fight the girl. Like, you don't ran and hid from her, but you want her sister to fight her. Like, you need to fight your sister. You need to fight your sister. Like, whoop that hoe, Krishan. Whoop that hoe. Whoop that hoe. No, you go whoop that hoe. How about that, Summer? Lex is better than me because I would have told Summer, girl, come on. Because I would have walked some ass down there and said, you want to keep talking? Because, like I said, Lex kept telling Summer to shut up. But Summer kept talking and kept telling Lex to fuck off, fuck that, and fuck her, and all that kind of stuff, right? Even that girl Gretchen had to chime in and say, like, Summer, your friends are telling you to shut up because you're getting them involved in this. No, she ain't. Because Tasiki ain't coming after Dolly. Tasiki ain't coming after Lex. She's specifically coming for Summer. And she kept coming for Summer. I really wanted them to just let her wear that little girl out. Like, I really wanted somebody to let her wear Summer the fuck out because she was just doing the most and she was talking too much. Now, here's where I'm confused at. What the fuck? Like, Tasiki was crying. I felt bad for her, but I don't know what she was crying for. Krishan was even confused. Like, what you crying for? She's like, what you crying for, Tifa? And even I was confused because I just didn't get it. But I feel like, to me, what she wanted was for her sister to defend her against Summer, I guess. I don't know. But you can easily beat up Summer. So I don't know what it was. Like, and then everybody was chiming in. Tommy was chiming in. Like, everybody had something that they wanted to say to this girl. And I'm like, if y'all don't shut up and let these damn sisters handle whatever it is, like, it was just a lot. And it went on. It was the end of the whole episode. Like, it went on for far too long. I was just thoroughly confused as to what the fuck was going on. And then they even went into the house. Once again, Summer still talking shit. Taseki's still trying to get to Summer. And I was like, somebody please let her wear her ass out. Like, I just really wanted somebody to let her wear Summer out. But yeah. And Summer's still going off on Lex. Oh, I forgot to mention that at one point Anna got fed up with it, right? So Anna went and tried to fight Summer. I was like, okay, what is going on here? It was a whole clusterfuck of shit. But that was the episode. Feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.